These animations are like just good enough to feel kind of impressive to me, but I don't know if my standards are just really low for old games. My imagination is very good at filling in the gaps and stuff like that. That is one thing I think has been lost in a lot of recent games. Oh, this is the church. Before I go on, I want to finish this thought, though. Is that a lot of newer games have trouble with animations like that. Like, for opening doors especially, like, always open doors the same way. You'll always, like, step and walk the same way. Yeah. And everything is so photorealistic nowadays in games that there's not really much room for your imagination to fill in the gaps. Mm-hmm. And because of that, the little areas where things are not perfectly true to life stand out a lot more. It's like Harry doesn't, like, he doesn't have a lot of features on him. Yeah. But you can imagine his face. Because, like, you see his face. You don't see it in the game, but, like, he's right there. You know? And that's not, like, a perfect approximation of a human face, but it's close enough to tell you what he would look like when he's scared, what he looks like when he, like, is relieved to have gotten away from a situation. You can tell, like, what he's feeling and what he's thinking at any given moment because it's close enough to what you're thinking and feeling.
That's right.
But, like, in newer games and stuff... Well, another wholly separate problem in newer games is the characters are very often saying what they're feeling at any given moment. And not in, like, the way of, like, the story is happening and this is my opinion on it. They'll be like, uh-oh, bad guys around. I'd better be careful. Or, like, whew, that looked like the last of them. Thank goodness. Or whatever. It's like, I'm thinking that. Yeah. If I myself am thinking those words, how come you feel the need to say them? I don't know. Maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe it gives the characters more life or personality.
But say, like, just saying, like, something instead of, like, nothing at all.
Yeah. But I keep thinking about, sometimes when I was younger, Mom would, like, come in on, like, me playing a game or something, and she'd be like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm playing the game. I'm that guy. And she's like, and she would say something along the lines of, like, well, like, you're like, controlling that guy? And I would think, like, no, I'm kind of pretending to be that guy. And I'm, like, acting as him in this world, and I'm, like, being him. So, and then she would say, you know, so he's not a separate entity. And I would say, no, Mother. I am, in fact, embodying two separate states of consciousness right now. Wherein, on the one hand, I am sitting here playing the game, but on the other, I am embodying this character within the world, immersing myself within this fictional experience. And then the Board of Education came out of the closet, gave me my diploma, and everyone clapped.
Then Mario said, wahoo.
Mario did say wahoo. But no, it didn't come out quite like that, and obviously I didn't have the wherewithal or the thought ability to, like, express those words back then. But I remember very specifically, dropped my controller, and then she said, you dumbass, and I cried.
Joke's on you, dumbass.
Chicken is Silent Hill too. But I remember very specifically she asked me once whether I was controlling the character or whether I was pretending to be the character, and I've thought about that a lot ever since. Especially in games, it feels a lot like you're just meant to control a character rather than pretend to be the character. Yeah. And I like it. Well, not even just that. It feels like there's a firm line between it nowadays. Yeah. It feels like you're either playing a game where you're supposed to be the protagonist, or you're playing a game where the protagonist is someone wholly separate from you. And I think the games industry could do with blending those two roles again a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of immersion...